What is up, everyone? Welcome to Rynok, Smerti Death Market. This is a small map. Not sure if it has a Bible ending. But, yeah.
Ooh, gobgums.
The part. Pick it up.
And I got... That's another one yet.
Oh,
750
Yeah, we might have to go through the 750 door.
Or you got shopping spring, you just buy other doors and buy the map and buy the ending, then that's it.
Extra credit. I don't want extra credit yet. Alright. So, in current news, Nintendo is... So I found out more about the Nintendo stuff. People are more and more people are finding out about it. And are, displaying their displeasurement for Nintendo because of their greediness.
Changing, like major?
Nothing really new. It's just people finding more people finding out and reacting to the Nintendo stuff and their opinions on it. So I guess apparently Nintendo's trying to sue from their subordinate company in the United States and try and create a lawsuit from America to Japan for what's the company called again? Pocket Pair. So Pocket Pair and Nintendo are both Japanese companies.
Yep.
And Nintendo has a corporation out here in America. Nintendo America. And they're trying to create. They're trying to get a lawsuit to go on in America. Oh, I got it. So they're trying to create an American Japan lawsuit. Basically.
To take out Pocket Pair.
Yeah, take out Pocket Pair. Alright, I bought the door. The 750 door. Yeah. There's a Shiba on the wall over here.
Alright, put that Q5.
Another Gobblegum machine? Okay.
God.
Yeah,
because Nintendo is a little upset now because someone cracked their system. They thought that no one would ever attempt something like this.
I thought they had a monopoly on like Pokemon stuff.
Hey, you just brought a topic I was going to talk about. So basically, the reason why Nintendo could do all this nonsense is because it's like they don't have competition. Because PlayStation and Xbox, they're the competition for 2015 era and the 2020 era. Not 2020, but 2014, 2020, 2010. Basically, the early 20s. It was always Xbox 360 versus the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, not early 20s, early 2000.
Yeah, that's about early 2000s. It was back for the Nintendo.
Nintendo was the kid in the corner game pushed down.
Yeah.
It
was all about PlayStation and Xbox, and they're huge rivalry. And then once Xbox lost the war, because like I've not heard anything about Xbox new consoles at all. Like it's just zero.
Bro, they gave up. They quit.
Yeah, like it's like
they threw their hat in.
Because Xbox One just kind of couldn't compete with PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it was a thing. It just appeared and then it's gone.
Yeah.
It was the kid on the playground that everybody forgot.
And Nintendo had no one to compete with. Nintendo just slowly built up games, and then they made a Switch, a mobile device, learning from their competitors, PlayStation, about a handheld device. We should make it mobile. There's already a PlayStation, Xbox at home station.
Nintendo had already mobile devices. They built the Game Boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
They built other stuff. They built the 3DS and all that stuff.
Yeah. And that's how
they controlled the handheld stuff.
Yeah.
Alright.
But they would never be like Steam. Next time, Nintendo's gonna try and sue Steam for their Switch. I could see Nintendo saying, "I need a monopoly in this because Steam is copying us. They have the Steam Deck. That is exact copy of our system."
Stole my stuff.
But you know they can't do it because Valve is probably
way
richer than Nintendo.
Yeah, definitely.
Just due to the amount of popular...
Valve has literally the monopoly on the PC gaming market, bro.
Yeah.
PC was the way to go no matter what in life.
Yeah.
Consoles are a dying thing. Consoles are seen as for the little kids, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I used to see consoles as as something for the little kids, but don't or for the people who can't afford or don't know anything about PCs.
Yeah.
Like console was like the midpoint. I remember, bro. But anyways, this is about Pokemon, to be honest. Like their lawsuit, is literally trying to. It took away the ability to summon through a throwable device. Also, I forgot it's called the Pal Spear or something. Yeah. So now they just spawn next to you, your pals.
Which is horrible.
Yeah, which is stupid. And then they took away flying, so now your creature can't lift you from the sky. You can't ride your creatures. You have to literally build a glider right now.
And the gliders are I mean, they've always had gliders in the game, but it's kind of pointless. Yeah, only when you're descending, you have to reach the height though.
Yeah, it's like okay. It's like okay. Stupid, but and they're developing the map for there's stuff
it's a huge map. Yeah,
they're gonna have to create boats.
Yeah.
And anyways, Nintendo is just doing this because they're angry. Because somebody built a better Pokemon game there.
Because now they're seeing competition.
Yeah.
Someone's challenging
a better Pokemon game. I'm mad. Oh, here's a pack of mine. But yeah, it's just... It's trying to shut down... And the way they're trying to do it is because of patent law. They're trying to use patents that they apparently have, even though you can't patent gaming.
It makes no sense,
There's no way patents make any sense in gaming. Because by the patents, that would mean Nintendo will have to sue all the companies that came prior to have made their content. Because are you telling me they created the idea of experience? They create a leveling system? You're telling me Nintendo?
No. Main thing, the RPG setup. Role-playing games. Who was the first game company that made a role-playing game? That's when you look. Was it, what's that game called? Man, it's on top of my head. I just can't think of it right now.
Role-playing game, what do you mean?
RPG. Role-playing. That's what it is. RPG stands for that. Role-playing game.
I know that, but what game are you talking about?
RuneScape. RuneScape's an old game. I don't know who beats RuneScape on the RPG setup, because RuneScape goes back to old RuneScape. To old school RuneScape. That's what I'm saying, look at who made the first RPG game style.
You know how many games... you know how many games they have creatures that pick you up and you can ride and fly in the sky?
Yeah.
You got Ark Survival. You got the Monster Hunter World Series.
Oh, uh-huh.
You got... What was it? What was that other game? Ark... So you got Ark... Oh, Craftopia, another game made by Palworld, by the way, by Pocket Bear.
Yeah.
Oh man, those are just some of the few I'm thinking of off the top of my head. There's other games. Oh, I guess not Yu-Gi-Oh. There's a bunch of them.
Well, I mean, Nintendo's only
Arc
competition
2,
was...
There we go, Arc 2. Which there's
only competition Nintendo had was... You just said it, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon. All those games that are like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. The anime was the only thing that kind of challenged Nintendo, but Nintendo didn't really care about that. They wanted the cash.
They want the cash.
Yeah.
But anyways, more and more people are learning, and they're taking the side of Pocket Pair.
Yeah.
Some people are shilling for Nintendo, and that's because their argument is Palworld doesn't have a story, and Pokemon has story, and all you can do in Palworld is build machine and build gun and shoot and build thingies.
Huh? It's in the story. It's still in major development right now.
Exactly, because they're retarded. Because they're retarded. That's why. Listen, we have listen. We need to bring back the word retard. We need to start calling people retards, because This is the thing. If we call, because if we don't bring back the word retard, I'm tired of, you can't use the word retard. No, we have to bring it back for people who show signs of clear, absolute mental deficiencies. If you cannot tell that Palworld is a game in working development that has a thing called early access. Now, there are games that do not ever leave early access, but Palworld is a game that has a high likely chance of leaving early access.
Yeah,
the problem is, freaking Nintendo is the problem. Not Pocket Pair, Nintendo, and their freaking greedy pocketbook. That is the issue. That is the issue. Nintendo, with their big stupid pocketbook, screaming, "I want my money! They're stealing my idea! They created a success story! Some indie dev looters, how many people work for them? How many? This has to be a major game studio!" And it turns out, 30 dudes? And 30 dudes! Ah! That's Nintendo screaming off the top of their heads.
I think Pocket Bear should have renamed themselves to Pocket Repair. They're trying to fix our wallets from Nintendo's greed. They're our saviors. Pocket Repair. You need your wallet fixed up? You need your money back? Or you need better games for a cheaper price?
A better Pokemon game? We got it! Bro, that's literally what's going on. That's the reality of the situation.
Because Nintendo didn't sue them the first time because the game came out a year ago.
No. They were working on it. They were working on it. They just didn't do it because they wanted to see how big the game. And when the game hit millions, they went, "All right, time to sue." Because they sat back with their hands across their hands in their chest, hands crossed, and waited. They waited like the slippery snakes they are. Bro, it's so disgusting. It's literally disgusting. Yeah. And you know what? The Nintendo fanboys just suck it up. They just suck it up. Ugh.
They're diehard fans of Sonic and all those other OG things that Nintendo done way in the past. The Sonic series, the Super Mario series. There are those fans. To be honest, the games, I don't like the games. I'm not a fan of those type of games.
There has not been a good Pokemon game since, here's the thing, I'm not a big Pokemon fan, but so I was reading the comments, some people, what they thought their games are. Some people say Scarlet, some say Scarlet Red or Blue, Ruby Sapphire. What are you doing? You're blocking the road.
I'm black screen right now. I'm back.
Oh, you got pulled out of the game, huh?
Yeah, I got pulled out for some odd reason.
So anyway, some people will say the last best Nintendo game, last best Pokemon game was back in Scarlet, Ruby, or Red.
I never really played any of the Pokemon games on the Game Boy.
I played Blue. Blue and
Red.
It
was mainly I forgot what game I played.
I played Red and Blue. That's because that's the only game we had because of on the Game Boy.
Yeah, I think I played that game, but...
And for those of you who don't know, we're broke, alright? My family didn't have money. I mean, we didn't have money for anything expensive. It was what I could afford. Mostly it was a handy down for my father when he was a little game on the ship. He was deployed. So you got a laptop.
Now this is where you're wrong.
What?
We weren't broke.
Okay, you're right.
If you went back then, we were more middle.
Okay,
we were not
no. Okay, so there's when you talk about class system, there's three tiers of class.
Yeah.
So there's the poor, which there's three classes, and you need to think.
Yes.
You need to understand there are three brackets within the three class systems. You know the
three brackets
for
three?
each.
No.
Yeah. Yes, there is.
No. Well, we were lower mid. We were mid lower.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So there's low mid, low high, and then there's mid low mid. We
were definitely mid low.
We were mid low. That's where we were. We weren't.
The reason why was because we had some people in the went out partying and would spend a lot every week.
Yeah, but
that's why. I know, but if you add it up for every week, that's why, basically.
I know. I know what you
Because remember, he was 10%. If you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know that.
To make that type of money, he's at 10%. Income is what I'm talking about.
I know. I'm trying to say it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm being vague with the details.
Yeah, I mean vague too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Low mid, but spent a lot partying. Basically, bad savings.
Yep.
Guys, you'll be lying about saying, "Oh, we were so like low, we were low, poor," and then people pity you.
But
And
here's
then
the thing. But you gotta keep in mind you're talking about from me, my perspective. I'm the oldest, so
yeah.
I experienced the low. You were born more when Dad was making more, because he was So when I was born, he was something. I can't remember. He was not where he was.
Oh yeah, he's still he's part of that.
So that's how I have the memory of. He was. But as Dad, got old, promoted and whatever, moved up.
Well, no, after he retired.
No, not.
And he went to the other place.
No. I'm trying to say no. I'm trying to explain to you. That's we were. I'm talking about when we had the Game Boy. We didn't have.
Oh yeah, Game Boy. Yeah.
The Game Boy. That's what I'm talking. I would classify ourselves as middle after Dad got out and retired.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. But when we were at the time when we had the Game Boys, we were.
Yeah, I think because I was still playing the Game Boy after is what I was talking about. That's why I brought that up. During that, we still had the Game Boy because we had those road trips, and we didn't have the Xbox 360 at the time. So we both had Game Boys.
Yeah.
We both had one.
Yeah.
I remember that part in the car.
Yeah, I remember.
That's what I was saying. Like that's during that was what I was talking about mid-low.
Yeah. We got the 360 when Dad didn't retire again. He retired the year after the Xbox 360. So you.
Yeah.
So we had the 360 just before his retirement. Just to inform you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I don't know the exact year that we got.
I
was like, Mamacita, I need this. My friends, they all have this.
Yeah, I know.
Because back then, younger stage, during the early 2000s, everyone was getting like the Xbox 360. It was like the whole new thing. All my friends were getting it. Like, okay.
We got it. I remember getting the Xbox 360 3 years before the Xbox One.
Yeah, we had it like a couple years before.
I remember I remember it because my first game was Black Ops 2, and it just came out. That's when we got the Xbox 360. Like Black Ops 2 was the hot top, and I would be gaming on that the whole time. That was my favorite game. And then I got Xbox Minecraft, and I gamed on that for a bit.
Yeah, Xbox Minecraft was great, but then you had the cap limit. So if you're doing like animal farms or farming with animals, there's like a set limit. I'm like, oh my gosh, really?
But anyways, it seems like online the huge majority is on Pocket Pair's side. They're hoping Pocket Pair wins, and people are calling for boycotts of Nintendo, and I support those.
Especially when the new Nintendo 2 coming out and it looks exactly the same. That's something like.
It's just I don't know. What's your opinion?
I'm on Pocket Pair. At first, I was never on Power because it did look like a copycat of like the Pokemons, but it's not.
But all games are like that because that's how games grow.
It looks like CS:GO, how they have the buy menu, all their systems. Yeah.
I support Pocket Pair because you know what? It's innovation. And if Nintendo wins, it's bad for everybody.
Yeah.
Because what Pocket Pair can do is they can then claim. Or what Nintendo can do is they can claim they own the rights to GTA and everything. And Call of Duty. And level-based system games.
Yeah.
It's opening up a door to a large range of consequences that nobody understands or can see.
It's thinking of it now, or, yeah.
So, Nintendo needs to lose. Bad. Yeah. And they need to be set an example. But the problem is, it's in Japan, and I'm not sure, it's gonna be a hard battle.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really it. Let's end this.
Yeah. Alright, go down. Let's go in the corner. Then you break my shield down.
Did I get you up again?
No.
Anyways, like, subscribe, see you guys next time. Map link is in the description.